Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Today is the 5th of March, Friday, 2021. It's now 10:21. Um, right. What I'd like to do is to go over the issue of the desertions and the need for Southern Army officers, Southern Navy officers, Southern Air Force officers to leave the Nigerian Army because their lives are in danger. And here's why. Above my head, as you see in the write up, you will see the sign of so-called bandit, but they are terrorists. It's a Fulani terrorist, sponsored Fulani terrorist. And what basically what they've done with the Fulani terrorists, I'm going to read what it says in case whilst it was being standing the Nigerian, there are Nigerian, the federal government and Nigerian officials behind him, so that you know that he's speaking from an official point of view. This is a message that they send among themselves. He says that he attended Islamia, and when he finished school, we were given these weapons. And the weapons he refers to, of course, are AK-47. And apparently now there's something called AK-49, which I didn't even know, but the AK-47s. So that's the weapon that they give 15, 16-year-olds that are being radicalized in Islamia schools. And then once they finish the school, they give them weapons to now begin their murderous reign, the Fulani terror reign, whereby they go into non-Fulani neighborhoods and start killing in the south. So that is what you need to be aware of as an army officer. You say you have no weapons, and you're right. Guess what? Your weapons, the weapons you need, instead of you getting it, they are giving it to Fulani terrorists that they train up. They train them up. They teach them terrorist ways. They radicalize them so that they can carry out the killing, unabated killing of Southerners. These are the things you need to be aware of. Now, let me play the video so you can get context of what I mean.
Better welfare. I mean, we talked about this, I think, 2 days ago. We saw the dailies also reporting that, some soldiers actually deserted because of welfare, even though, the military heads have responded to that. But this is a present challenge. So
So you heard that there. So officers have deserted. And believe you me, there are more people who are leaving the army than we've been told. There are more. Now, I want to, before I go ahead and carry on, I want to play you something which I saw. Let me see if I can find this one for you. Yeah. So it's talking about threats towards Osibajo there, but I will translate. Right. So there is a short clip. By the way, in that clip, it talks about that the fact that Oshibajo's life is in danger. Many Yoruba leaders, their lives are in danger because that's what they're trying to do. They want to make sure that we do not get the Dua nation or Biafra nation. So they're trying to make sure they neutralize and kill our leaders. And they've got some kind of hold over them. But anyway, in that broadcast, they also mentioned Tolulope Arutile, and I've got a picture of her up here. Let me see if I can get that picture up. That's it. That's the one. So that's the picture of Tolulope Arutile that was killed. It wasn't by accident. It's the high-ranking army official confirmed that now, saying that it wasn't by accident. This was designed. They wanted to kill her because she was killing a lot of the Boko Haram. And of course, we know that the Boko Haram are employed by the government of Nigeria to kill non-Fulanis. And she killing Boko Haram, threatens their plans. So they took her out. This is a federal. All of the things that they're saying, they're reading to her. They're saying they're giving her a rank and everything else is all for show. The agenda is to Islamize and Fulanize the entire nation, to make it a sultanate. And if you don't believe, if you remain a Christian, you leave the nation. That's their plan. That's Tolulope Arutile's T-shirt that we bought, that we used at a protest, and I'm just showing you. So we will never forget her. It says, let me just read what it says to you. Tolulope Arutile, a kò ní gbàgbé akíkanjú ọmọ Odùduwà, Sunre o. So we will never forget a warrior woman of Oduduwa Nation. Sleep well. That's what it says, and it is quite emotional when I read that. So I say to you, officers, so to you, if you're a southern officer, if you're in the army, if you're in the navy, if you're in the air force, please, we don't want to be able to. We don't want to come and be raising this up for you. This is what we've had to do regrettably for Tolulope Arutile, a brilliant pilot, first woman pilot fighter. First one in that contraption called Nigeria, and she did her job really well. She was taking out the Boko Haram, and they didn't like that, so they killed her. Now, I'm going to give you, keep looking above there. Keep in mind, if you have no weapons, if you complain, many of you are complaining you have no weapons, and you're right to complain. And here is where your weapon ends up. It ends up in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. They are teaching them in the Islamia schools. You see, when they say they are going to Islamia, it's cover for terrorist training. When they tell us that they are sending kids to school in the north, the school they send them to, and they call them Islamia, they receive terrorist training. And when they finish receiving terrorist training, they are given AK-47. That is what the man was saying. He said, cows don't give birth to guns. I swear to God, we just sat down and were supplied AK-47 by the government. So that is what you are faced with. Military officers, Air Force officers, naval officers. You are faced with your own government arming Fulani terrorists with AK-47, and you are their target. So you are better off leaving the Nigerian army, quitting and coming south and join us in getting Oduduwa Nation and Biafra Nation and Middle Belt nations. You have to join us, because the government of the day, the Fulani government, they see the entire Nigeria as the estate of Usman Dan Fodio, and they will not stop until they get to the Atlantic Ocean. I once again reiterate the need for us to remove Ahmadu Bello Way from Lagos, from the Victoria Island where it is. We need to rename it Obafemi Awolowo, because to leave that name there is to subconsciously agree that Ahmadu Bello has a claim to all of our land, all Yoruba land, because his plan was to take everything over as far as the Atlantic. And if you notice, Ahmadu Bello Way is the last road before you get to the Atlantic Ocean. We need to reject it. So I will be putting up something about that soon. Now, let's go and read about, and at this point, I take a moment to just say how we miss Tolulope Arutile. May her soul rest in peace. Armed army officers, Air Force officers, naval officers, if you are Southerner, please, we do not want to have to bury you like we've regrettably had to bury Tolulope Arutile. She was only doing her job, but the Nigerian government didn't want her killing the Boko Haram. They wanted Boko Haram to continue to kill a lot of Southerners. That's what it is. And when she was killing too many of them, they wanted to stop it. And that's what they've done. We don't want to see your name on the list of people being killed again. We are imploring every army officer, every naval officer, every Air Force officer that's a Southerner, strongly find a way to leave the army, leave the armed forces of contraption Nigeria. Join us in building Oduduwa Nation, in building Biafra Nation, in building Middle Belt Nation. Join us. We need your support. We need you to make sure that we secure our people. They are killing us. They are killing Southerners every day. Fulani are in all our bushes. You heard that Buhari was saying that they see anybody in the forest, kill them. We don't even know it's Buhari. I'll show you another video soon. We will talk about that again. But this, for now, we are focusing here on our armed forces officials from the south. Leave the army. Your life is in danger. Leave the army. Your life is in danger. That's what they did to Lekpa Rotile. Now, let me just show you a quick thing there. Here they talked about voluntary resignations. I'm just going to touch that briefly. Last year, 360 officers resigned under the former then Chief Tuku Borotai. And now, as we speak, last year, and as we speak, another 124 officers, 27 officers have indicated their interest to exit the Nigerian Army. Indeed, the man that was speaking on the video, on the voice that I played now, that talked about that they deliberately killed Lekpa Rotile, is actually making moves to leave. So these are the things that we are talking to you about. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want you to know that I'm going to highlight this area. So massive 360 last year. So see, and that is a conservative estimate, the numbers of people leaving because they're not being paid. And another thing to bear in mind, when many of our southern officers get killed, they don't even they got many people to sign. They got them to sign that they will not compensate their family. And this is something that Femi Falana was complaining about, and they won the case. I think they took it to the courts. I think some sort of ECOWAS court, whereby they won the case. Now we know that's one thing to win the case, but to implement that case in very much in Nigeria, it never happens. And we've heard of many officers who died mysteriously, and they tell the family for 2 years, oh, we're still at war, and they don't pay them their compensation and everything. So there is no benefit for you as a Southerner being in the army, because they will deny you your rights right there in front of you. The Fulani sees themselves as the only people who deserve to be Nigerians. You are just a slave in their land, in their own eyes. And we mustn't let them take Yoruba land. They mustn't take Biafra land from us. They mustn't take Middle Belt land from Middle Beltans. We need to stand together, Biafrans, Middle Beltans, Yoruba people. Stand together and push out the Fulani from our land. Say no to cowmate. Say no to Fulanization of Southerners. We reject it. So we need you to come up and join us. Come on board, support us. We are calling on all the armed personnel who are Southerners. If you're in the armed forces, if you are in the military, and if you're in the naval forces, if you are in the air force, Southerner, your life is in danger. They've sent many people to Simbisa Forest, Southerners to Simbisa Forest to be killed. And that is all it is. So we need to start protecting ourselves. The army don't pay your wages. They don't give you weapons. You've already seen, I've said to you, they arm the youths that are being trained under the guise of Islamic teachings. They are teaching them terror tactics. They are radicalizing them, and they are giving them AK-47s at the end of their so-called schooling, which is terror training. It's nothing else but terror training. That's what you're faced with. As an army officer, as a naval officer, as an air force officer, you are faced with the government of the day teaching Fulani terrorists, radicalizing them, getting them ready to attack you. You are in their line of fire. And we suggest to you, we tell you now strongly to leave the armed forces of Nigeria, because it's a death trap for many southern armed personnel. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, as ever, when you get the broadcast, please do share. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please click the subscribe button and share. Leave a comment, and we will talk some more later on. We've got some more topics to go on to talk about. Thank you very much for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth. Please donate to Yoruba Rescue Fund. It is time to build a great Yoruba nation. I'm doing something here, and this is just to help. I have this product that I'm using, AG Sarah, and that product, it's a plant-based product, and I've started using it myself. I've been using it since around about December time. I started using it, and I've been keeping notes. Now it's 1 sachet a day. You take a sachet a day, yeah. So I take a sachet a day, and 1 in the morning I do, and that's what it is. And you just open it and pour it onto your tongue, and in the morning before anything else, and then you drink warm water with it. Now what I've done, as you all know, I've got chronic pain. So with the chronic pain, it made things really bad. And a friend of mine who also had issues, she said, "Oh, why don't you try this? This is what I use. I try and it helps me." And I thought, I tried everything else, CBD oil, everything else. It wasn't really, after a while, it wasn't really helping. So I used it. I started using this for about 2 months now. And I can see that it is helping. I'm not saying it stopped the pain totally, but it's made it manageable for me. It's more manageable. I'm still in chronic pain. I still can't walk far because of my chronic back pain. I've got metal plates in my back. So that is an issue. So I use a mobility scooter to get around if I have to walk far, but all that, I'm still doing this because I passionately believe in our nation. But this is something that it might be beneficial to people. And they sell this product all over the world. So if you're interested, do get in touch with Citizen AY. Leave a message in the comment box or inbox me on the number that you see there. WhatsApp me and talk to me about AG Sarah. And I can tell you how we can go about doing that. And that can be helpful. This is all to help. What I would actually like to say is that I recognize that we have our own products back home. What we need to do to be able to have safety and security to allow those things to flourish. And then we can promote it just like we're promoting this. Because they can only promote things like this from Malaysia and other countries because their country is very safe and secure. We don't have that in Nigeria, in that contraption called Nigeria, or in Yoruba land. And this time, when we get Yoruba land, we are going to provide conditions in which our local medicines will be sold around the world and promoted just like we're promoting this one. So, but in the meantime, please, if you're interested in this, if it can help you, it's meant to help with in terms of diabetes and other things as well. It's meant to help. I don't know, but I can only vouch for what I've done so far. If it resonates with you, please do share it. It's called AG Sarah. Get in touch. The number is on the screen. So there we have that done. What I want to say at this point is please subscribe to us. Click on the button that you see on the screen, the red button on Citizen AY on YouTube. Go and do so now. I thank you all for joining me. Talk soon. Bye for now. Bye. Please donate to Yoruba Rescue Fund. It is time to build a great Yoruba nation.